It's like being in the library.
I was going to say, you could hear a pin drop in here. Okay.
We are live.
Okay. Good evening. This regular meeting of the Trenton Parks and Recreation Board on July 14th, 2026 is now called to order at 6 o'clock p.m. Will you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Miss Hale,
Here.
Miss Butts,
Here?
Miss Dirk,
Here.
Miss Lucas,
Here.
Miss Fields,
Here.
Mr. Phillips,
Here.
Mr. Mello.
Here.
I would entertain a motion to excuse Mr. Wazalowski this evening.
So moved. Second.
Motion was made by Miss Butts and seconded by Miss Lucas. Roll call, please.
Miss Butts,
Yay.
Miss Lucas,
Yay.
Miss Hale,
Yay.
Miss Dirk,
Yay.
Miss Fields,
Yay.
Mr. Phillips,
Yay.
Mr. Mello.
Yay.
Okay, next we will move on to approval of minutes. I will need a motion to approve or amend the minutes of the June 9th, 2026 regular Parks and Recreation Board meeting as submitted.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion was made by Miss Butts and seconded by, pardon me, Mr. Mello?
Yeah.
I knew it was from down on that end. Roll call, please.
Miss Butts,
Yay.
Mr. Mello,
Yay.
Miss Hale,
Yay.
Miss Dirk,
Yay.
Miss Lucas,
Yay.
Miss Fields,
Yay.
Mr. Phillips.
Yay.
All right. Next on our agenda this evening, we have presentations. Miss Lucas is going to talk to us about the backpack and supply drive. Take it away.
All right. So in the community, we have joined Dale Perry and Mr. David Ziegler. His wife is the Five Little Monkeys. She's been at a couple of our events. It's a vendor. They have kind of took initiation and reached out to the schools on where they needed help, and some schools have reached out to them as well. So a lot of us, there's a group of churches, they have combined with the EMA and are collecting school supplies. There's multiple locations to drop off the supplies. We even have a bin here at the city building. We are going to collect items for pre-K through second grade up until August the 6th. We will be filling the backpacks August 2nd with the materials that we have that day. And then from August the 6th on, we will keep those bins out and collect for 3rd through 12th grade. Right now, we have a total number of 100 kids that are needing help and assistance with backpacks and school supplies. So there is multiple locations. You can see here at the city building, Todd's, and participating churches here in Edgewood, that districts that there's multiple drop-offs. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you for sharing. Next on our agenda this evening is audience of public. If anyone from the audience would like to address the Parks Board, we would ask that you step up to the podium and state your name and address. Gentlemen, either of you wish to speak this evening?
Mad rush.
Not everybody at once. Just one at a time.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us this evening. Next on our agenda is unfinished business. First item is an update regarding the Veterans Memorial.
So the update that I have for the board today regarding this is quarter 2 has finished for fundraising, but I haven't received the form yet. So once I do, I will send it over to all members of the board. And then the future site of the Veterans Memorial sign at Community Park was taken down. It will be replaced at the new city building, but we're still waiting on receiving those new renderings so we can have an up-to-date sign. And that's all I have regarding that.
So we don't know what we made at Let Freedom
We do,
Boom.
but I was going to go over it
Okay.
later.
Item number 2 is an update regarding the Little Free Library at Home Avenue Park and Community Park.
Okay, and the free little libraries at Community Park and Home Avenue Park are both installed and running as of Friday, June 26th. Public Works and the Dearth family were present during the installation. We got some pictures of Hattie and family and put those on social media. You can find both libraries on the National Little Free Library website now.
What'd your daughter think? Is she?
Oh, she
Pleased
was
with
so
them.
excited. We
Good.
went back and filled twice at both already. So we collected some books from teachers cleaning out their classrooms, and there are a lot of like holiday, seasonal themes. So she was really excited to sort them out and change them as seasons change. So
Nice.
That's very sweet.
Do you need any books?
really what we're doing is kind of hoping there were some new books that we hadn't put in there both times we went, a couple. So we're just hoping people will kind of start, if they can't give a book, you know, it's not necessary, but to start kind of thinking of it as a place when they're going through and cleaning stuff out or trading off, to keep it moving that way, hopefully. But she is excited to collect and fill it up too. So
So if we have extra books, we can contact you guys.
yes.
Wonderful. Thank you for that update. Next is an update regarding the splash pad at Community Park.
So now I can take this off the list as well as the free little libraries. But as of Thursday, July 2nd, during the Let Freedom Boom celebration, the splash pad has been up and running. It does run from 8 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. Of course, you have to touch the button to get it to run, though. And then the fence will be removed once that grass grows. So it's growing now. And then I just had one question I actually asked the board. So Tiki's, it's the shaved ice, and they also have some ice cream. They visit all of our events. They attend all of them. He reached out to me and asked if we would ever like him to set up like a Monday through Thursday date, not every, just like once in a while we could plan him to be there to serve the community. He does that, I think, in the city of Franklin is what he said. I think it's a good idea, but I would ask the board.
I think that sounds fantastic.
So
I
not,
mean-
not a big
I
event.
mean,
but
I'll
just,
go.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea as well. My question is, you know, are we going to then start getting a lot of requests, and to be mindful of how that might be handled if others decide that they want to start coming and setting up on a regular basis. But I think it's
Good point.
a great idea as well. So
Would anyone have a date in mind, whether it be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? I don't know what a better date would be.
Is he willing to do a Friday?
I don't think so, because I think he attends events on Fridays.
Every time I've been to the park since it's been open, there have been
it's
people
been
there.
filled.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
before school starts, especially, it's been, you know, pretty packed. So
So once a week, twice a week, he didn't matter, didn't matter to him or what?
Only once a week, but I think it was also like, it could be like once every other week or once a month, even during the summer months, if we were okay with it.
I think do a trial and error. Just
Try it.
give it a shot.
What about times? Because I think he had suggested like during the work hours. Well, kids are still home. I don't know if work hours or like later afternoon would be better, but we could just do trial and error and see.
yeah, could it go kind of through both, like overlap a little bit of each, like later afternoon, so then people are kind of coming after lunch and coming after work.
Yeah.
Maybe if we advertise, I'm imagining we'll put it on like the city page or something
Mhm.
like that. Yeah.
He probably has a better idea of days and times that are good since he does it at other places.
Mm-hmm.
I
Did he
mean,
say when he does it, Franklin? Sorry, I'm sorry.
no, you're fine.
How often he does it there? Or?
He did, but I can't remember off the top of my head. It was a face-to-face conversation during one of the
I
events.
thought maybe like if he was doing a day in Franklin, he would just do a day here on one of those other days.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what he had said. It might have been a Thursday. I feel like it was a Thursday in Franklin. Or Friday. Probably Thursday. Either way. We'll get him scheduled for something and see if it works.
Sounds great. Okay. The last item this evening under unfinished business is an update regarding the wetlands restoration project.
Okay, so I just wanted to update the board. All of these notes are from Nicole Ard, Assistant City Manager, but just to keep everyone in the loop. So the survey is still up and live at the selected locations. Nicole plans on removing them this week. And then since the last time we've all met, they have facilitated 2 virtual wetlands restoration project meetings with agency stakeholders and directors. This included representatives from the City Parks Board, Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Metro Parks of Butler County, Molson Coors, and the County Engineers Office / Stormwater. Information from ODNR was also distributed. Per Dr. Alan Burley, the Historical Society discussed the historic mill race during this week's meeting. Likewise, OKI COG staff has received project information. 2 stakeholder site visits are scheduled for next week. That was the visits have already happened. Let's see. Next update is coordinated 2 site visits to the wetlands restoration project with agency stakeholders. About 31 people participated in the site visits, 19 and 12 people respectively, with the second day as a rainy day. This included all of the listed members that I had said before, plus the Butler County Soil and Water Conservation District. They have started compiling notes from the feedback and observations, which were positive and very helpful in creating a positive experience for park visitors and wildlife. And then she wanted to thank everyone for taking time out to walk the area and brave the mosquitoes.
Were any of you able to attend either of those? Yeah.
I went on the rainy day.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have any takeaways that you'd like to share with those of us that couldn't attend?
I liked hearing from the Metro Parks individuals in particular. I talked with the engineer from the H2 Ohio grant that helped with that, and I was excited to see their passion for just bouncing ideas off of each other of what wildlife could help with the mosquitoes and how certain land could be preserved. And we walked all the way down in the rain and mud because it seemed like everyone was excited. They traveled pretty far, ODNR did, and all the way down to the water in the mud. So I was encouraged to see just how excited they were about it. So
Okay, great. All right. Under new business tonight, I don't really see that we have anything listed as new business. So we'll move right on to reports by the board or city administrators. Ms. Moore, you have some updates for us. Let's start with Let Freedom Boom.
Okay, well, from Let Freedom Boom, I just wanted to bring some numbers to share with the board today. So we hosted our Veterans Memorial fundraiser. We had the raffle baskets, and then all tips that cash and card that came from the beer booths, we counted that as well into the fundraiser. So in total, we had raised $5,234 that night. We have dropped off the money to the Middletown Community Foundation. So they have all of that for us. Beverage station number 1, and this is cash and card total. This was at Shelter 2. They had raised $4,125. And then beverage station number 2, which was with the raffles, raised $1,332. So a total for beverages for us was $5,457. And then, of course, that goes back and that helps with the event expenses. And then the food trucks plus the pop-up vendor fees was a total of $1,780. So between the beverage total and then the vendor total, that's what goes back to help the cost of the event. I just wanted to bring that. And then I just want to ask the board also what they thought, anything about the event, anything to point out that we could have done better, just anything like that.
Start down here. Mr. Mello?
Everything seemed good to me. Everybody's busy. Like that beer, I know that.
It was hot.
Yeah,
They were
well, yeah.
thirsty.
Well,
It was cold.
They were pretty good on soft drinks we had too. So
Yeah. Those weren't just beer booths.
Yeah.
Like, we did have soda and bottled water that were
I
sold through
kept
there
trying to
as
take my
well.
Mountain Dew. I had my cup because everything on the table was free. I had to keep moving my cup maker trying to get it.
Yeah, and it's not Mountain Dew. We discovered some American Dew or something in the bottom of our.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Dew. But I'd say, hey, you leave your hands off that. That's fighting words there. And whoever got Baja Blast, forget that. I thought I'd try one, but
That's Taco Bell.
is that where it's from?
That's where it started.
Yeah.
Mr. Phillips?
I was unable to attend. I was actually at North Lake, but I did hear people who went to the fireworks. They were just, I don't want to say complaining, but they were talking about the traffic to leave.
No.
That was an issue. It was kind of frustrating, but I don't know if that's been an issue in the past or if it's always an issue. I would say it probably is when you have that many amount of people that are there for an event trying to get out at the same time. So that's the only thing that I.
Any big event you go to anywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nightmare to get
Hey, it took me 45 minutes to get from the park to my house on John Street after I left down there. You know,
Yeah, it was well
I thought I'd
attended.
take the shortcut. And the shortcut wasn't
That
the
means it
shortcut.
was
That's a good
successful. We
problem.
had people
Yeah, it's a good
there.
problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Ms. Fields?
I just heard a lot of people talk about how well it was put together. Everybody was excited about all the vendors, the food trucks, the crowd. Even my son sat there and I don't know how many times he said it. He said, I just can't believe how many people are here. But we did real good with the raffle baskets. We did finally come up with a ticket thing that everybody was pleased with. So
Yeah, that worked very well. I think we need to remember that.
yes.
You'll buy more tickets if you don't have to write your name and number on all of those.
So did all the baskets get picked up?
All but one.
That was mine. I'll get it.
There you
I
go.
thought that was mine.
They went on the list.
I'll wait. Go ahead. Ms. Lucas?
Overall, it was a great event. Thanks for getting the Miss Jean fans, because that was a big hit. There was people coming up and literally standing there like, can we stand right here for a minute to cool off? Yes. Other thought would be moving, like we had talked the other night, all the drinks under one shelter and having two lines, pop on one side, alcohol on the other. Then think about pick up the trash crew, like a trash crew, because Public Works is busy. They are extremely busy with helping getting everything taken down and all that. It's a lot on them to make sure that all the trash is picked up as well. That same time. So I know we had stayed over and was helping pick up trash and everything like that. So that's just some things to think about. What can we do to help our guys and support them a little bit more with all the work that they're putting into these for us, as well as making sure that they have enough like drink and things like that in the heat. What can we do to help them a little bit more? So that's all I have.
Ms. Dirth?
I got to be at the organization of the parade from the beginning at that part. I was really impressed for a first parade at how smoothly everything came together. I was also impressed at the number of people to be in the parade. I have not seen a parade where there were that many businesses and things that were also participating, especially in the heat that we had. A little bit of feedback on that would be having large signs for zone numbers for people to see as they're driving around. Just as the lines get a little full, and we hope to continue to grow, or if we get to do it again, I think that would help to keep them in their sections. I didn't see any issues with it, but just for easier direction. Same thing with I worked at the beer tent. This is the one with the raffles. A little bit of confusion that we were there, and where the raffles, like where they go for the raffle stuff. So kind of the same thing. It's a wonderful problem to have that you have so many people that are trying to find because they want to do it and are excited. So just, maybe large, clear signage or arrows or something like that. And then my last thing was, or my last couple of things, I heard a little bit at the splash pad and at this event about liking the new surrounding the actual bathrooms, like the floor, the coating or whatever we have in there. But there's no trash cans and there's no soap in there. So that was like a question people had, if that's something we're gonna do in the
Like
future.
it ran out, or there
We
was
don't
no
have
soap
we
in the
don't have a
bathrooms?
soap dispenser at all in our bathrooms, or trash cans. And we're all eating and so just something to consider moving forward. I mean, they're very clean.
Good thing.
And my last thing, I'm wrapping it up. My last thing was that I saw another community do a competition. It was more particularly with businesses, but across the board for anyone in the parade for best float. They didn't win anything besides a shout out online, and it seemed like people were very into it from the pictures and the feedback on social media. And I thought that was a cool way just to get even more engagement and excitement of decorating your floats and being in it, because especially as a business or a group, you get that shout out too. It's kind of like mutually beneficial. So
Hamilton's parade, you get money.
oh
That's why they always have a really good turnout for their 4th of July parade, because they pay money for best floats and best marching.
this was
band.
Monroe, so I think it was just they're
Yeah.
smaller too, so I think it was just a shout out online. But
I think that we don't have soap dispensers in there because of vandalism previously.
Yes.
And then I dropped the ball because I did have soap dispensers in my bucket and I never put them out. So you can blame me for that.
So wait a
something I
second.
heard at the splash pad.
So we're not offering soap in a public restroom because someone stole the dispensers or the soap?
I don't think they stole them. I think they like ripped them off the wall.
Vandalizing them.
Yeah, they ripped them off the wall.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there was something like stationary we could, like physical stationary. You know how they have like the one.
You had the ones for
The ones in stone that are
Yeah.
fed from underneath?
stations.
Yeah. We have to have soap.
We have to have
in a
something
bathroom.
because of
For the event.
yeah,
germs.
like we did for the.
and
And for
Yeah,
women, I
today.
think the trash can in particular in
Yeah.
the bathroom
They had some.
is nice, so we don't.
Well, there's nothing to throw away because you can't wash your hands.
instead of 5
You
gallon
can't dry
buckets.
them either on the 4th of July party because we were soaked. But anyway,
So I really
we definitely need to address that because we
We
can't
do
not
need
have
to
a
address
public
that.
restroom without. Bleh.
there's concrete ones that you can put your hands under and the
Yes.
sensors automatically come.
Yeah.
Well, there's a good takeaway.
And then I agree with the signage because a lot of people didn't realize that there was the beer on the other side in number 3 because I kept seeing them line up over there and I'd say, come on over here. So having the signs or having
He
them,
was getting out discounts. over
having
there.
them both in the second, have them both in the same one. And then at where we were lining up, I like the idea of having different zones appear or show up at different times, but the police and fire guys cannot come at 4 o'clock and be expected to just be there for 2 hours because a lot of times they have to go and do runs. So they were coming in late and they were supposed to be parked in that zone 1, And by then, it was so crowded trying to get them in there. You know what I mean? So maybe even the fire and all of those bigger vehicles can be back in the grass, even if they are zone 1, because we can pull them around when it's time to pull out, instead of them taking up the space in that front when everybody's trying to come in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think though the thought with that was that if they had a call, they had to leave, because they did get a call.
They got a
They had to
call.
leave.
But if some of those others had gotten it, if they were in the grass, they could get out of there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they were 4th or 5th or 6th in line up there, it would have been a little rough. Even if we pushed them back into that grass straight back and had them line up this way, something. But when they were getting there late, when other people were dropping off soccer kids and then they're trying to turn around that big, huge fire truck, and by then you've been standing there for 2 hours and you don't have any patience for somebody trying to turn around a fire truck. But no, that went very well. And I don't know if you watched the council meeting.
Yeah.
You got lots of accolades for the organization of that. So from people who, were here for other reasons, but they made a point of talking about how well organized that event was.
Yeah.
So, and then I heard positives and negatives about the fireworks, but we're in those times when we can find something negative out of absolutely everything. But I think the fireworks were fantastic. I could see them from my house, so it wasn't like a nickel and dime show, which I read on our wonderful internet, but it was fantastic. I was sick for 4 days, but it was fantastic.
The size of our community. I feel like we are so much smaller than, say, Middletown and their fireworks,
Yeah.
which might be what some people were seeing.
Yeah.
Carrying.
How amazing for the turnout and the number of people and
Right.
the number of things for how much smaller.
That guy in the
Trenton
stilts,
is.
he walked that
How
old
nice
Brandon
everyone was
stilts.
to each other.
He did.
Until-
Almost.
Until Sal Boulevard, and
Yeah.
we rolled down the windows like, "Do you want to ride?"
Yeah, he jumped in our truck once we
Yeah.
hit
Okay,
Sal
so, I
and
mean,
was
he did a
very
good job
thankful, but
for him.
he hopped right back out as soon as we hit the park
Yeah.
Make him
and
think
was
he
just
walked,
as engaging with everybody.
And then she put the stilts on, I seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
later
did.
on she did.
But it
Yeah.
was very nice to ride through town and see all of the people on the sides being happy, smiling. You guys squirting them with the water thing cracked me up because they were all excited about getting candy. I don't know if any of you saw it. They'd go get the candy as soon as they'd bend over to get it. They would nail them with a squirt gun.
That was our plan.
But it was really, really nice to see everybody come together, especially right now, and appreciate the work that was done. So
Yeah.
that's all I have.
I too heard lots of positive feedback. So I think all in all, as a community, it's definitely something that we can be very proud of. I think there's some good takeaways, not just from a parade, because gosh, when are we going to get to do that again?
Next year, same time.
But if you could maybe take the action item with regard to the restrooms, definitely to Public Works, and see if we can get that worked on. That's really good. That's not just an event feedback. That's that would be good. I know. Again, Public Works, amazing. Like Christina said, they were everywhere in that park. And from our perspective, I mean, they were not skipping a beat, making sure that everything was iced down, that we had plenty of product on hand. I mean, they were just constantly moving. And again, they did it in such a joyful way.
Right.
So, I know that you and I had some conversations. You were like, let's never do a parade and event again. I'm like, don't say that anymore.
That was a great turnout.
You did a phenomenal job. And I know that you had support along the way. And so, not to take away from anybody that helped you with that, but the way that it was organized, the timeline for the units to arrive, I mean, everything just went spectacularly. So, any of the naysayers that might have showed up at the park and missed the parade and didn't think that the event was very well attended really missed a wonderful evening.
Yes.
So, again, hats off to you and to the city staff and just the entire community for making that celebration, something that we can look back on with pride. So
Yeah, I got to top of next year.
I wouldn't mind having Let Freedom Boom every year. I did come around after, it all came together. It's always worth it.
Yeah.
But
understandably so.
yes. Once it's all together, it's always worth it.
But yeah, it was definitely hot, and I'm glad that everybody came out of it okay, even though it did take a while. And to you too, I know that you really took the bull by the horns as
yeah.
far as getting the baskets ready and staff put together. I mean, there was just some really nice baskets, and watching the people that were very eager to buy tickets and knowing that, your initiative really helped to support the Veterans Memorial. So a special thank you to the two of you as well, and your families. So next item under reports, we have movies in the park.
So the next movie in the park is David, and that's Saturday, August 8th. Those activities are 3 hours. So it would start at 6 and it ends at 9. For that movie in particular, it's going to be actually a decent sized event. It's shaping up to be one. So I had hired A1 Amusements. We have 4 interactive inflatables, and they're not like bounce houses or obstacle courses. They're like kind of like sport things. Like one is kicking a soccer ball in the goal, and then there's another archery set. So we will need 4 volunteers to run those, and then there's also a dunk tank at this one. So a volunteer, or actually probably 3 volunteers for that, 1 per hour. And then we'll have the STEM project, and then the coloring again, and Shelter 2. Trenton One Church wants to be there again with their bounce house and cotton candy giveaway, as well as the Nazarene Church. They asked if they could be present for that one and host like a game with the community or do some kind of giveaway. And then Miss Lucas had asked me, because of this backpack and supply drive, if the churches as a whole could set up and give away any additional school supplies that they may have left over, since this is right around the corner from from school beginning. So we'll need 7 volunteers for that. If anyone ever wanted to stay over to help clean up like the trash in the park too, we always find snow cone straws everywhere at the end of the event, all over the place. So and then one thing that Miss Dirth and I noticed is the STEM projects. They do go over very well. However, it definitely looks like there's just a birthday party going on in the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could, I'll probably try to look into getting some kind of signage that says like STEM project or coloring or something before the next one. I think that's it. I think that's all I have for the movies.
Okay. I would like to kind of circle back because you said something during your update on movies in the park, and I know we had the shared sentiment at Let Freedom Boom about giveaways. Mm-hmm. And it is so much fun to be able to hand something to people that is free.
Yes.
And they are so happy to receive it, and they're like, it's free?
Yeah.
And I know that there are trinkets, but I
means a
hope
lot.
that the people that are supporting us, our community sponsors, really know the impact that they're having. It makes it even more joyful for us to be able to give the things away. And like I said, there's some of the glow sticks and things like that. I mean, they're just so popular.
Even if it was during a movie that didn't represent a glow stick, the kids will just be excited.
Yeah.
You go and hand them a glow stick. The joy of seeing that child's smile on their face, it's all worth it. And then the mom's like, she just gave it to you? Yes, that joy right there.
And those little
is-
fans.
Yes.
Can I? How much are the fans? You can have
There,
it.
you can have it. That joy right there was literally just the best
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, people say that during the movies with the snow cone and the popcorn.
Uh-huh.
It's the same response. This is free.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
nice.
So again, I hope that, you as the person that is ordering these things and our community sponsors know that, the impact that they're having is just, it's a trickle effect, and it's been fun to be a part of. And so,
Thank you.
okay. Last is Pickin' in the Park.
Okay, so everyone should have received the Pickin' in the Park flyer there. So I have a whole bunch, so if you guys want to, after the event, come grab some to give away or something, just let me know. Right now, I am reaching out, or have reached out to the vendors from last year, giving them the opportunity to sign up first. And that is something that I just want to mention this because people ask a lot about this. We always give prior vendors returning, they get priority first, as they have always been at the events. Fall Fest, some of these people have been there for years. So, and that's how events typically work anyway. So they are having their chance right now to sign up, and then I'll open it up to the community for them to sign up. But yeah, so I have the flyers, working on the banners right now, the liquor license. I have to apply next week for that. And then, there's one question I wanted to open up to the board, see if you guys had any thoughts or anything. But we have the local passports game. So we'll have some organizations set up. They get to tell the history of their organization, business, whatever it is. And the person gets a stamp. At the end of it, they will receive a prize. It's hard telling how many prizes we should get for it, but I'm thinking no more than 100. But I'm also stumped. I don't really know what would be a worthwhile prize. It'd be fun if I could do something geared towards the event, but I'm having a hard time thinking of something cost friendly, but also a good giveaway. So if anyone has any ideas, I am all ears for that.
Okay.
And that's all I have for Pickin' in the Park.
Okay. And on that note, I had another thought. Sorry, they're just kind of coming back to me. The fog is lifting. Home run on the entertainment at Let Freedom Boom.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I mean, so many people were just having a great time. So from where I sat, hats off to our entertainers. All right. Well, the date of our next meeting is Tuesday, August the 11th, 2026 at 6 p.m. right here. If there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Lucas, seconded by Ms. Fields. Roll call, please.
Miss Lucas,
Yay.
Miss Fields,
Yay.
Miss Hale,
Yay.
Miss Butts,
Yay.
Miss Dirk,
Yay.
Mr. Phillips,
Yay.
Mr. Mello.
Yeah.
Okay. We are adjourned at 6:38 p.m.